Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Marianas Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead.
And I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories.
A longtime business will shut its retail doors after many years of service.
Also tonight, small businesses in the CNMI bring up the challenges they face.
And a local man is back in court for allegedly taking swings with a baseball bat to a shopper.
In arts, don't write it if you don't feel it. A writer on the stoops of New York City.
Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Get yourself ready for a trip through McDonald land. There's fish-shaped volcanoes, you'll even find a French fry flash. Now just turn around and see if you won't find a hamburger patch. As a handful of McDonald's in McDonald land, get the McDonald land.
Try the new Mount McDonald and Shake today.
Early one evening, John was headed to a barbecue party with some friends. They were driving from Garapan to Cagman. The night started out great until John decided to start texting his friends while driving. He did not realize that a vehicle carrying a family of 4, including 2 little children, were headed their direction. Suddenly, some people don't realize just how dangerous driving while distracted can be until it is too late. Remember to always keep your eyes on the road. Your life and those around you are more important than sending that text. Whatever it is, it can wait. If only John followed this advice, the outcome would have been different. Drive safe, CNMI. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the CNMI Department of Public Safety.
I love Marianas coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Half a day, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth.
You're watching the Channel 2 News on August 29 from our studio on Capitol Hill.
Governor Apatang says a broadband infrastructure project may be getting a second look. The program received bids from IT&E, Docomo, and GTA. Here's the governor this afternoon.
I'm not sure what's going on yet about that. I know that Docomo, I think, filed a protest on that, and we have not decided what to do yet. So until I come back from Washington, then we'll probably sit down with Broadband and find out what's going on.
Gov, can you confirm if your legal counsel is drafting a letter to have an extension for that process?
We have drafted a letter. I'm going to ask for extension to give us time to look at the protests and see what we can do.
A longtime name in local retail is preparing to shut its doors as economic challenges continue in the Marianas.
Triple J Saipan says its Payless Super Fresh and Truckload store will close on October the 31st. The company will continue operating its wholesale division out of the Townhouse Shopping Center on Beach Road. Founder and Chairman Robert H. Jones says the decision was not easy, but thanked employees and customers for 4 decades of support. As Triple J marks its 40th year on Saipan, President and CEO Jeffrey B. Jones says the company is focused on 2 things: helping employees through the transition and reminding the community that Triple J as a company isn't going anywhere. The company says rising costs and continued economic challenges made it unsustainable to maintain the retail store. Triple J will be working with employees and partners in the weeks ahead and says customers will be updated on final shopping days and closing promotions. Again, Payless Super Fresh and Truckload store set to close October the 31st, but Triple J says its wholesale business will continue to serve the Marianas for the long term.
Well, a CNMI small business open house welcomes local operators to meet, to mix, and to mingle. On Wednesday night at the Susupe Congressional Office, members of the CNMI small business community are invited to share their cares and concerns with their U.S. representative and with each other. Kimberlyn King-Hines.
Well, this is a small business mixer just to get to better know the different small businesses in our community, and to give them the opportunity to come and just, have conversations about the issues that are impacting them, concerns they have. All too often when we have these larger chamber organizations, not everybody is comfortable to come out in that setting, and so this is just kind of a more relaxed environment where they can come, check out the office, and have a conversation.
Shay Owens and her husband Bill own several local small businesses.
Me and my husband own a small business, and it's called Marianas Lifestyle, and we have Airbnb units that we rent out, and we also have a small boat tour business.
Marianas Lifestyle is only one of the businesses that have come to share their stories and, with other members of the local community, potentially find solutions to their concerns. Remedio Mafnas.
It's nice that we get to meet the small businesses and, listen to their issues and just make them feel comfortable that they can call us, they can reach out and call us if they have any questions.
There are questions and there are concerns.
The first thing that we came here for today is mostly the difficulty for small businesses to find insurance, especially for people like us. We run it, husband and wife, we run it. We don't have any other employees. So we've knocked on every insurance companies here. We've knocked on their doors, research, and really try to find something that will cater to our situation, but health insurance. But have had no luck so far.
Prior to COVID, the Chamber of Commerce had organized an insurance program designed for small businesses, but that was discontinued 2 years ago. Spoken to Kimberlyn yet?
We did, and she's very eager to hopefully figure out something.
So not everything is airlines. People have different types of concerns depending on what it is that they're doing. That insurance thing is very interesting because, it was one thing that I struggled with in my previous work when I was an attorney, right? Is how was I going to be able to afford insurance? Fortunately for me, my husband worked for the government, and so I was able to tag on to his insurance. But it's a serious concern for a lot of people who, are young entrepreneurs or just small business owners, solo practitioners, right? Who are making a certain amount of money and don't qualify for other types of insurance programs.
And is this something you're going to address when you get back to Washington?
I would love to address it, but just in having conversations with people who actually came here. There was a woman who came here who was part of who runs an insurance company, and so I just raised the question to her. Hey, is this a service that you could potentially provide? How would that look like? And so, it's not just about hearing people's concerns, right? But understanding the issues and knowing who are our members in the community that provide certain services, and then getting people to link up, because sometimes people just don't have the right information.
Not every issue is about the airlines, but for a lot of small businesses on these islands, it is a very present problem.
First, not Jeju, the first pull out that happened that really affected us was T-Way. And then that's okay, we still are getting, and then there's more. Recently there was more, and that just really hurts our Airbnb business because most of our clients, or most of the people we get are from Korea. That's basically 80% of our total, business.
Tourism in the Marianas continues to struggle. Visitor arrivals in July dropped by a third compared to last year, and officials say unstable air service is the biggest hurdle.
Marianas Visitors Authority reports just over 14,000 arrivals in July of 2025. That's down 33% from the same month last year. So far this fiscal year, arrivals are running about 30% behind. The steepest losses are in air seat capacity, down 66% since 2018. Korea remains the top market with 11,000 visitors, but flights dropped from 108 last July to just 74 this year. Jeju Air and T-Way have cut or suspended multiple routes, citing low demand and profitability. Jeju Air will suspend its night flight from September 8th to the 30th due to low ticket sales and fares. The airline is also considering suspending flights from October 12th through the 25th, though that decision has not yet been finalized. Japan brought in only 534 visitors last month, though United Airlines plans to improve its Narita schedule this fall. China arrivals fell to under 200, but Hong Kong Airlines is expected to resume service in September after visa processing for Chinese tourists was reinstated. The MVA says without immediate government support to stabilize flights, efforts to revive tourism will continue to stall. The agency is requesting a $10 million budget in FY 2026 for a 3-year stopgap plan to reestablish air service and rebuild demand.
A ribbon cutting this afternoon at the Multipurpose Center in Susupe. It was raining outside, but the sun was shining inside. Governor David Apatang used regular scissors to cut the ribbon on the new 150-kilowatt solar rooftop PV system that, in estimate, will save the government close to $30,000 a year in energy costs. The building was frigid, cooling those in attendance as the aircon, powered by panels fed by the sun, blew chills, welcoming a new era of growth in the arena of energy independence. More on this story to come.
A local man appears in court today. He's facing charges of assault with a dangerous weapon and disturbing the peace. Brandon Russell Camacho appeared in front of Judge Joseph Camacho in Superior Court this morning. Camacho was charged with assault with a dangerous weapon and assault and battery for a San Roque fight that was caught on camera. The incident happened on August the 6th. Camacho is identified as the male in the video, and he is shown here using a baseball bat in the altercation, hitting Jesse Rangamar as he holds on to his purchase. Today in court, an officer from the Department of Public Safety was brought up to the stand as a witness. The judge determined there was probable cause for the charges. Prosecutor David Karch represented the CNMI as Charity Hodson represented Camacho. If you want to make a comment on what happened?
No, I'm going to have to talk to my lawyer first.
This afternoon, Camacho pled not guilty to the charges. Coming up, it's a mid-year holiday cheer for the small business community.
And it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Karl King neighbors, that is. Stick around, the Senate President is next.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
Heat stroke is one of the leading causes of non-crash, vehicle-related fatalities among children. Vehicle heat stroke occurs when a child is left in a hot vehicle, allowing for the child's temperature to rise in a quick and deadly manner. In today's fast-paced world and with our busy schedules, we often tell ourselves that we would never leave our child in the back seat of the car, yet it can still happen. Take action if you notice a child alone in a car. Protecting children is everyone's business. Even in cooler temperatures, your vehicle can heat up to dangerous temperatures very quickly. Keep your vehicle locked and keep your keys out of reach. Make it a habit to look before you lock and avoid putting children at risk of heat stroke. Help us prevent hot car deaths in the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. Stop, look, lock. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands Department of Public Safety.
Location, location, location. Office space on Capitol Hill available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park. With natural light and ocean views, it's the perfect place for creative professionals. So upgrade your life and your working environment. Schedule an exclusive showing now. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
At Marianas Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
But I think of you sometimes. Want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us.
Let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Let's go! Let's go.
Welcome back. You're watching the Friday night edition of the Channel 2 News.
A man is in custody for a stabbing incident. He pleads guilty to another crime.
Darvin Munya, in Judge Kenneth Cavendo's courtroom on Thursday, pleads guilty to assault and battery. Munya admits that on March the 11th, he pulled the hair, kicked, and punched a female household member in the face. The judge accepts the guilty plea as well as the plea arrangement negotiated by attorneys for the parties. Mr. Munya is to be sentenced to 1 year in prison to be suspended except for 20 days, as well as 2 years of supervised probation. But while out on probation for this assault in May, Mr. Munya was arrested for a stabbing incident stemming from a driving confrontation. The sentence of 20 days for this case will be served immediately, with the probation to be served following the resolution of the stabbing incident.
Some say life is like a roller coaster filled with ups and downs, twists and turns, and sometimes momentous loop-de-loops.
On July 23rd of just last month, Karl King Nabors, in an unexpected turn of events, coasted into the Senate presidency.
It's been a wild ride. There's so many moving pieces just in the Senate as a member. Being vice president, I used to chair 2 committees. I was vice chairman for no less than 4, and I was a member of 8 total Senate standing committees. To go from there to shifting gears and taking the Senate presidency is a whole lot to do in the middle of a legislature. Obviously, we have to coordinate with the incoming senator who is coming in, filling in the vacancy from the senatorial that the lieutenant governor ascended to. all of the things that go with that to ensure that we're following the Constitution, that we're following the proper protocols, and then also committee assignments, reassignments, meeting with the members, because it isn't always it's never a given that you're going to be chosen to be the next president. Obviously, the group chooses. Though I am the vice president and would be next to ascend, you have to get the buy-in from your peers, your colleagues. And just that part was a very humbling moment for myself, to know that they had the trust in me to take on the presiding officer seat and do what needs to be done in this time of tumult over the CNMI.
Paul Manglonia was selected to take Dennis Mendiola's seat on the Senate floor, and as committees are being reformed, all are grieving the loss of Governor Palacios.
It's difficult to manage your emotions and kind of keep that statesman mentality while everything is just a cauldron of unknowns.
One cauldron of knowns is that the economy is the #1 issue for the CNMI today.
As you guys all well know, Jeju has already announced they're pulling back, and the big elephant in the room, no pun intended, is how do we deal with the lack of inbound flights? How do we, I think people are conflating a lot of times our push for the Annex 6 exemption as being pro-China. I think the reality of it is we are looking for every avenue to offset or pick up the slack from that sector's exodus. And if there are other source markets, then by all means, let's see what we can do to bring them online. What does that look like? How do they compare to, how do their traveling habits compare to the traveling habits of the previous tourists? Because this all has a domino effect on every facet of our community.
A holiday event in the middle of the year with small businesses all lined up in a row allows the community to prep ahead of the season. Saipan's second annual Christmas in July was held last week at the Northern Marianas College. Booths lined with crafts of all sorts, treats, sweets, and goodies, and a variety of food vendors ready to share their culinary creations filled the parking lots. From the Small Business Development Center, Merslin Kaneshi Palek.
So we have over 20 vendors, inclusive of food vendors. We also have food trucks. We have craft vendors, people that specialize in handmade crafts. As well as today we're featuring our innovative incubator recipients.
Curtis Danko from Niao's Poke shares what's on the menu.
And tonight we're featuring Poke Bombs, Auntie Pat's Crab Poke, and we also have a spicy ahi poke, and of course their favorite classic ahi poke.
He says he started the small business with his daughter and has a brick and mortar in San Jose. He adds that it's not just about serving up some fish.
You know, it's about making people happy, and we think that poke is a comfort food in our islands, and it should be shared with the family. So I'm glad that I can share the happiness with everybody. And I guess poke, just to sum it all up, poke is fun to eat. It's got to be fun. It's not a meal, more of it being just an entree that you can complement any meal with. But poke's fun, it's healthy and nutritious and wholesome.
Cam Atalig says they're happy to be serving up some fresh squeezed sugarcane juice.
And honestly, it's a really great event sponsored by SBDC, and I believe this is the second time it's happening, so we look forward for next year, and if you didn't make it, come next time.
Sam and Angeline tasted food from different vendors that kept their bellies satisfied.
I really like it so far. I already got different types of food, the siomai, turon, and now we got these. How was it?
I kind of like it as well, honestly. There's honestly a variety of vendors that
that aren't usually available, and you kind of have to drive around everywhere. So seeing them all in one spot makes it pretty convenient overall.
Kaneshi Palik says on top of providing one-on-one advising, SBDC also hosts small business events.
So this one happens to be themed as Christmas in July, but it is something that we want to offer throughout the year. It's an additional opportunity for our small businesses that maybe do not have a brick and mortar or who want to pilot a brand new service or product.
Coming up in the arts. On a stoop in New York City, a discussion of the creative process with urban novelist Daniel Falato. He's a good sport. Don't miss this.
Welcome to Marianas Beach Resort, and now welcome to Marianas Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, desserts, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Marianas Coffee at Marianas Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas, arts fans! In the arenas of sport, only a select few are invited to perform in the professional arena. The same goes for the arts, be it music, theater, dance, or literature.
Daniel Falato is a living, breathing novelist, raised in Philadelphia and living in Brooklyn, New York. We sit on a city stoop to discuss his latest novel called The Wayback Machine.
It's about an individual who was a writer in the early 2000s in the hipster New York scene that was popping off at the time. He wrote for a publication that is very close to what Vice magazine is. Not quite Vice magazine because I didn't want to get sued, but you could look at it like a Vice style publication. The unfortunate thing back then, this publication was actually running a large-scale drug and prostitution ring.
Did I mention that this is Daniel's fourth novel and that his characters tend to travel perilously through the urban playgrounds of New York?
The lead character, Nathan, became kind of wrapped up in this ring, as a lot of people did at the publication, and he ended up doing 9 years in federal prison because of this. And the book picks up when he is released from prison and he's back in New York City, and he cannot believe what has become of this place.
And how much it's changed.
He can't believe it. He can't believe the $14 suggested tips on a $3 coffee.
Yeah.
He can't believe how expensive everything is, how you can't really even live here as a bohemian any longer.
The choice to write for a living can be a terrifying one. Most novelists never make it past their first chapter, let alone complete their work and find an audience.
One question is for the writers out there. There are writers on Saipan who many people have never met a professional writer.
Really?
Why would they?
I guess not. I guess most people have never met a professional writer because there's not many of them left.
Right. But certainly in a big city you're going to find it. So what is your routine? How do you write? I mean, I remember once you told me that you write a good page every day.
Yeah.
And what do you recommend for writers who want... Saipan is filled with unbelievable stories.
Absolutely.
And one of the great things I love about the place is that I never met anybody without an amazing story. So, and I didn't know from my experience as a writer is write what you know, right? Start with what you know. But what would you recommend to a beginning writer or someone who wants to be a writer and wants to tell those stories on the page?
Don't write it unless you feel it. Don't force it.
Yeah.
If you don't have it in you, you don't have it in you. If you do, you do. Think of what has affected you the most. Shoot deep. Right from the start. Don't pussyfoot around. Go right for it. What has hurt you the most? What has given you the most joy? What haunts you the most? And write about that. Capture it. And if you can't capture it, hang up the pen.
But if, like Filatko, you don't hang up the pen, write what you know.
Do you have to be a drug addict to write about drug addicts?
Absolutely not. No.
Do you have to be a prisoner to write about jail?
No. I mean, this character in this book, Nathan, he's been to prison. I've never been to prison. I've never seen a jail cell.
But he told me, a friend who has been.
When you tell a story, I was just thinking about it in terms of extremes. There are things that you know about. You know about the writing, you know about the world of the Lower East Side in the 19... What year was it, 2000?
This was the early 2000s, yeah.
You know about that world, but you didn't live in that world. You lived in it, but you weren't extreme in it. You were on the periphery of it.
Yeah, well, I think...
But you use your imagination to take a situation and make it more extreme. So if you're a little nervous about something, you can create paranoia.
Absolutely.
You can understand the concept of paranoia and how deep it can get if you feel it this much. You just extend it for literary license and to make the story more interesting.
Well, paranoia is without a doubt the theme of this novel. These are paranoid times. I'm very paranoid, always, and I wanted to capture that kind of rippling paranoid effect that hurts your body.
The novel The Wayback Machine by Daniel Filatko on Amazon.
Welcome to New York City. Welcome to hell.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas driving range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight, according to the National Weather Service, more rain with a 50% chance of isolated showers, mild winds from the east, and low temperatures of around 77 degrees. The weekend coming will also be wet with a 50% chance of isolated showers throughout the weekend. Only mild breezes and temperatures ranging from 86 degrees in the day down to 77 degrees in the night. The sun will set around now at 6:32 p.m. and will rise tomorrow at 6:04 a.m. just in time to search for your umbrella because it's just so long since you used it. But the Labor Day festivities will be happening at Fishing Base on Sunday, and you might want to use that long-lost umbrella to protect you from the rain or from the sun or from one of Bob Caldine's angry birds. And I will see you in the water or on the land.
Well, that's news, arts, and weather. Thank you for joining us, CNMI.
We'll see you again on Labor Day. Have a wonderful weekend.